Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be playing a little RG Luffy today, and we're going to be going into ranked games, getting as much practice in as we can before the extra grand battles. This is the deck list we're going to be running today. There'll be a full breakdown at the end of the video, as that'll go over each individual card and the play lines. There's a copy of the deck list in the description below, so you guys can copy and paste it if you want it. And I think that's all I got for you. As always, I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's been really cool to see you guys come along. We're hitting 174 today, which was super cool to see. I'm hoping to get to 200 by the end of the month. It's been really cool that this many people want to watch me play a game. Thank you guys for your amazing help. All right, let's jump into some games. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another round of One Piece. I'm going against Yamato, which is a little odd. This is a pretty good one. They chose to go first. It puts me on even. Which means I'm going to deal with like an 8k attack. I'm almost tempted to mulligan for a 2k just so I don't take the first hit, but like... is it really worth it? Because, like, I got a great hand. It's always so hard going on an even curve. I guess I keep it. Okay, they're on the classic build. I don't know if you guys have seen my videos for Yamato. I don't like the package. Just 20 of your opponent's characters with 2 or less than count 20 of your opponent's characters. I don't need to do much, so we're just going to do this. If they're doing anything, they're committing full in. Yeah, they're going 8. So I can go up to 7, and then I'd have to go 8 and 9 to get out of it. Is that good enough? Yeah, no, it's fine. Ooh, do I just knock that down? Nah. Okay. Well, I don't really need more of this. I got so much in hand. I think I'm just going to take a little defense here. It's really weird, by the way, to see this in a ranked match. And I just wanted to get this out here so that I can kill this as soon as I swing with it. My hand is pretty stacked. Alright, listen, guy. You got away with it for a turn. It's not going to last much longer. I actually end up with more Dawn. I end up with about the same Dawn. It doesn't really matter. We'll just poke him for 6. Say, hey, guy. I've got a Charleston now, too. Like, you can't just keep loading everything up. It's not going to go well for you. Next turn, I'll double this. And then I'll put a blocker in their way on top of having a dude. Or I can block her and freeze and just double attack them. Yeah, so they don't have enough to do any damage because they played the Kuma. The Kuma will be too high a cost for the first turn, so I can't actually do anything about it right now. Wow, we have a lot of freeze. I can go 4. Not that. I can go 4 for an Usopp, 1 under leader, restand 2. I don't really like that. I think I'm better off just going like 7 double attack at him. I like this turn because now I get 5 Dawn up plus a blocker in their way, and like now they just don't have a good answer. And I've got triple Lunas as well, so like... Yeah, what are you gonna do here, boss? Yeah, Borso. It's actually still worth swinging these. 6 gets one, 7 gets the other. I wanted to take that just because that double attack doesn't really matter to me. He has to actually respect these. Because if I double attack and get him down to 0, he just kind of dies. By the way, what a weird thing to see on the ranked ladder. I can go like this, kill the Borsalino, and then I'll be a 7k with 3 Dawn up. No, 2 Dawn up, right? Yeah, because 8 then 2. I've had no restand yet. What do we want to do here? I think 4 and 7 is probably just good enough. I just want to deplete their hand a little bit. I'm going to go 6 at this. Yeah, I was really hoping they'd give me some counter for it. Because now I've got a blocker in their way. They've got 3 guys that are frozen. My 2 double attacks are going to start putting real pressure on. Cool story, buddy. Yeah, now I think I can just start really pressuring you. You have to respect my double attacks. Yup. That's not something I've seen in there. Interesting. What do I want to clear? That was a Borso. This will heal them. Do I care? I've got double attack. Let's attack something. We're going to attack something. Let's clear this. I'll clear this. They can heal. Now I'm a 9k with a blocker that's got 4 Dawn up. Cool story, buddy. You're out of gas. Finds a nice 2k for themselves. What a weird thing to find on the ladder, too. Sure. So they put something high up there. They're gonna die next turn. They've got nothing. I can go 9, and then 11 is 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus a 1k, plus the 7, yeah. They're just in a bad spot. You can swing the 11, I could just take it. Let's see. So I can go 9 and 1 to get out of that, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. Doesn't even bother swinging anything else. My board is crazy strong. Oh, man. All right. Fair play. Well. Jeez, man. Jesus. That was awesome. Oh, man. That was awesome. I should turn my caps lock off. just stacked Noah's Ark right there. Oh, man. Nah, you can have my blocker. You want to flip this over for me? Yeah, go ahead. I want to know that. I want to make sure that's not a Noah's Ark. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. Got to keep an eye on this guy. Okay. Well, now we just do the thing. Yeah. GG. GG. Oh, he bailed. That was so funny. I was like, oh, we got him. Noah's Ark. He's playing this in ranked. Oh, man. What a mishmash he has going on there. Well played, sir. And the one Noah's Ark. We are high rolling the crap out of this deck, though. I will say that. Man, we weren't in danger. Oh yeah, and Luna's the last life because why not? Yeah, we were just gonna freeze everything. The Luffy made that one turn kind of nerve wracking, but we had the counter to get out of it. But this meant we were never in any danger. Talk about high roll. That was awesome for a ranked game. It's such a relief when you pop into some of these decks where you're just like, oh, we get to have a fun match on the ladder rather than having to sit there and grind Emu and L matches. Sometimes people just show up and they just make you smile. So appreciate these decks when you guys come across them. You really do. All right, let me know what you guys think. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? Yamato, well done, sir. Well done. We have loaded into ranked, and we are just not having a good time because I keep loading into Emu and an L's. And boys, it's just a bad time around here. But let's see if we can't try it a little bit harder. Oh man, Emu. Aren't you guys tired of playing this yet? They find themselves a Marcus Mars. Yup. I can play this on 4, get it blown up on 6. Take this, return that, and pass. Alright, 7 I'm not getting out of. No trigger on that. Just gonna have to hope we find a Laboon here at some point. The Nico Robin's not terrible, but still not what I want to play. Oh, Charleston. We go 7 at him, see if he wants to give me that event he's holding on to. Yep. Oh. He used the event, and guess what? He doesn't have 10 in trash yet. No. 3, play out a Workery. Must have found that off the life, or he would have played that last turn. Yeah. Attack 6. Play this, see if we can find some. Wow, I get an event for that. Well, there's the last of our Charlestons. I'm at 6 now. I'm going to be at 8 next turn. I'm going to take this. I thought about taking the Usopp, but being able to drop both their blockers is really helpful. Finds their first 5 Elders copy. I'm trying to look at that. Quit it. Okay, they find one of those guys. This draws another 5 Elders. Alright. They're not off to a great start. They're at 7 now. They're going to be at 9 next turn. So I got 1 turn until I can start dealing with their nonsense. Just trying to get my board a little wider. We're going to rip their hand down a little bit. They're staying really too healthy, to be honest with you. We didn't find any character protection, which really sucks. And they're just not finding what they want to find. They've got everybody on the roster in there, though. It's fine. Okay, they got no blockers up. So I get to kind of just go at them next turn. Crazy. That's a choice. They must have like just all counter events in hand. They've done nothing but leave Donna. Okay. What do I want to do here? 7. Okay, now you can do the thing. We find the Robin. The Robin's how I'm going to survive the onslaught. I think I have to take it. She's kind of why I played that. I want less attacks. Yeah. Okay. What are you gonna do, boss? Okay. The answer is no. I'd really like to see a Nami here. There she is. Nine double? How many more events do you have in that hand? It's 2 cards now. Heck yeah. Oh, I should have kept 1 for a Luna. I'm tempted to do it anyways. Nah, it's probably not good enough. Okay. Got him at 0. I've got an unblockable event now. They're gonna try and do doubles at this thing. There you go. I have to protect this thing against every one of these attacks, and then it's going to go down to a 3 cost, where 3k, where I'm going to need the blocker. I have to keep one of the 2 of these alive, so I have to fight really hard to keep one of these up. I just got to make sure that you can't kill it. I got to keep one of the 2 of them. That's it. Okay, there's everybody. The whole crew's here. Does he try and use the effect knowing I can stop it? Or did he learn his lesson? I'm gonna go 15 at him next turn. He's got 2 attacks. I've got a blocker. That's all I need. The answer is no, you can't have it because I'm going to go unblockable at you next turn. Got it. Okay. I've seen 3 of these events. We've seen 3. And all 4 of these. So I've seen all 4 around us and 3 of these. He's got to be out of events. So it's just going to be this. $15. Deal with that. Yeah, got him. I was like, I think he's got 1 left. You can go into 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it. Can't get out of the 15 unblockable, and that is why we fought so hard for our board that turn. Let me know what you guys think. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? That was pretty close. Finding the Nico Robin was really clutch there. We found the things we needed in the order we needed them. Granted, it would have been better if we'd found like a Laboon or something in our opener, but we got what we needed in order to get there. Oof. Emu, man. Still really hard. Yeah, their misplay, though. Ground Death does not work unless you have 10 cards in trash. Good try, though. That would have been a different story if they'd had another event still. Alright, catch you guys in the next one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was a couple of games of ranked. What do you think? How'd I do? What'd I do right? What'd I do wrong? I always appreciate if you guys actually do tell me when I'm messing things up. I am not perfect, and I am doing my best. So sometimes I miss stuff because I get all wrapped up in the heat of the moment. So if you guys can do me a favor and keep me honest, I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to do a quick buzz through of all the cards and what they do, and then we'll go over why I picked them. Let me know what you guys think. All right, here we go. RG Luffy is an OP 13 leader. Dawn times 1 on our opponent's attack. If we have 5 or less active Dawn cards on our field, I can rest any number of Dawn cards up to one of our leader or Straw Hat Crew type characters gains plus 2,000 power for each Dawn card that was rested by this effect. We're running 4 copies of Jewelry Bonnie. It's a 1/2/1 searcher. It looks at the top 4 for a Straw Hat Crew type. We're running Monkey D. Garp, which is a 1/2/1 searcher that looks at the top 4 for a 3 cost or more. And we're running 3 copies of Sanji, which is a 2/3/2 on play. We can select one of our Straw Hat Crew type and give it with 6,000 power or more and give it unblockable for the turn. Not too bad. We're running 3 copies of the 7/9 Brick Zoro. It is a plus 2,000 power to our leader till the end of the turn, and activate main if our opponent has 8,000 power or more. This character gains rush character, so only pseudo rush, not too bad. We're running 3 copies of Laboon, which is a 1/2/2K. If you have a character with a base power of 7,000 or less that would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest 2 of your cards instead. So it's a pretty decent searcher. And we're running a 3/4/1 in Nico Robin. If your Straw Hat Crew type character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest 1 of your Dawn cards instead. 4 copies of Usopp. It's a 4/5/1 that just restands 2 Dawn cards at the end of our turn. And then we're running 4 copies of Nami. It's a 4/2/1 blocker, and it rests 2 of our opponent's 8 cost or less characters, then sets 5 Dawn cards as active at the end of the turn. Crazy broken. I'm running 2 copies of the 4/5/1K Monkey D. Luffy. Your turn and on play. If your leader is multicolored and your opponent has 7 or less Dawn cards on their field, Your opponent rests 1 active Dawn at the start of their main phase. We're running 4 copies of Sanji, which is a 5/7 brick. On play, it sets 2 of our Dawn cards as active, and at the end of our turn, it sets 1 as active every turn. We're running 4 copies of the 6/7 brick in Monkey D. Luffy. He's got double attack, and on play, he sets 4 Dawn cards as active, but then we can't play a 5 or more for the rest of the turn. And then we've got 2 copies of Brook, which is a 6/6/1, and it rests 1 of our opponent's cards. That's leader, Dawn, or characters, no cost restrictions. And activate main, you can trash this character if your leader has a Straw Hat Crew type, set up to 1 of your characters with a base cost of 8 or less is active. Really strong. 1 copy of the 9/9 brick in Roanoa Zoro. You can rest it on, and when he's attacking, and restand him, and then you can rest 2 as an activate main and restand him again. So you can get 3 swings a turn out of him. Really good. I'm down to 1 copy of I Know You're Strong, so I'll go out from the start. It rests Sudan, so 3 total, and it freezes 2 of our opponent's 7 or lesses. And it gives our leader plus 3,000 power counter, but because of the way our leader ability works, that's really only a 1k in hand. Running 4 copies of Charleston because it is mandatory. It is a 2-cost event. Up to 1 of our leader characters gains plus 4,000 power during battle. Then I can discard a card, and if I did, I set 3 of our Dawn as active. So, it takes our leader ability, turns 2 of our cards in our hands into 2Ks, and generates an extra 2K by standing an extra 1 up. Just always want to make sure you don't go up to 6. Your leader ability only works if you got 5, so make sure you're watching that. And then run 4 copies of Luna, because most decks in this format really are susceptible to just having their 7 or less characters frozen, because that's the majority of characters being played in this format. All right, let's go over some picks and why we did them. We're running 8 Searchers. I haven't found a need to run the 10 or 12 that a lot of the other decks are trying to get us to run. Between this and the Garp, the only cards that aren't searchable in the deck are Laboon, which is okay as being unsearchable, and then the other cards that aren't searchable are the Charleston event. Both because they're lower than 3 cost and they're not Straw Hat cards. Everything else in the deck is searchable. The Garp will make sure that we hit our off Straw Hat Crew stuff, like the Lunas, and everything else is Straw Hat. So that's good enough. We're running a 3/3 split for our protector cards, Laboon being a 1 cost because it's really effective at keeping our midboard alive against stuff like Lucy and the like, as well as keeping us out of Zeus range for those pesky decks that are willing to commit to something like a double Zeus play. Then we're running 3 copies of Robin because we do need her to protect our big bodies, like Zoro being a 9k or Zoro being a 9k. This can protect everything in the deck rather than just our 7,000 power or less cards. We do need her, and I like the 3/3 split because this deck loses really hard to protection. I decided to include 2 copies of this Monkey D. Luffy card from PRBO2. Just because Enel is such a hard matchup for us. We're really solid into pretty much everything else. Enel and Nami are kind of the leaders to beat this format, and we have a really good matchup into Nami, but Enel is tough. So I teched in 2 extra copies of this, because really with Enel, you're just trying to outlast their removal, and if you can outlast the removal by putting more and more characters out, you do okay. Unfortunately, that did mean I had to cut some stuff other places, and I chose to run less removal because of how hard Enel is teching against the freeze events, running stuff like the Reijus and using Varis to get above our stuff. So I found that 4 or 5 events that freeze their guys is enough, because likely they're going to play around them anyways. So that's where I chose to make my cut. I've debated putting the 9-cost Zoro up to 2, to really punish the Nami players, but Nami is such a favorable matchup, I've left it at 1. Between this and the Brooks, they just haven't been doing well against us in the ranked ladders. Nami and Luna also really punish Nami, the Nami leader. Just a really abysmal play. As always, our curve is pretty much the same every time. We want to go first against pretty much everything, especially Enel and Nami, because we want to get aggressive. Playing one of our searchers on 1 Dawn on our 3 Dawn turn. We want to be playing our Laboon against most leaders that have any access to removal. That's blue and yellow decks specifically. Purple Enel does not really care, but if you want to cheat one out and get a bunch of other bodies on field, it will make their life a little harder, because they're going to have to rest your stuff and then just minus the power down before they can get after him, but even then it's pretty bad for us. This is really important if you're going to plan on playing the 9 cost or 7 cost against the Nami matchup, because they are running a lot of copies of Zeus now. So you just want to be able to say, hey, I need to protect my whole board if you want to play this 9 cost at all. That becomes your game plan. The Robin is necessary more than the Laboon. And then on your 5 Dawn turn, you really want to be playing this Sanji, and on your 7 Dawn turn, you want to play this Luffy into this Usopp. That gets you all your guys online. Once you're there, you can just start flooding out whatever you want, because by that time, you'll have 1 Dawn coming up, plus 2 more Dawn for 3 Dawn a turn, and you'll have a 5/7/7. And the Usopp doesn't actually need to swing very often, unless you're okay with losing him, because I will tell you guys right now, as soon as you swing with this character, they will do anything they can to remove it. But on your 9 Dawn turn, you're okay to do the Nami Luna combo. That's fine, because that is a 7 cost combo, which means you need 100 leaders, so 8 Dawn or more is where you can start dropping the Nami Luna combo and then just continue to punish. But if you don't have that or don't feel it's necessary, you can develop this guy as long as your board has stuck around long enough, because then you're getting this guy out on 9, swinging for 9 if they've got the right character, and then your leader's a 7k, 1 Dawn under it, that's 8k, and then you get 3 Dawn back here plus the one you didn't commit. That'll make it so that you're getting 4 Dawn up as a 7k leader. On that turn, you especially can't swing Usopp, because that's all they're going to target. And then on the later turns, developing a Brook and not trashing it is also fine against most of these larger leaders, because you can put 1 Dawn here, poke, trash him. After he pokes, restand one of these guys and go big again. So you get a lot of value there. I especially like doing that against Nami, which is establishing the 10 cost blockers, because you can rest them, attack, 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 and then next turn, you can just go again. Very strong. All right, and we're always looking for Charleston's. We're using the freeze events as necessary. There's no given turn where that just needs to happen. This against most other leaders other than Enel is just a 1k, and I'm still deciding if I like it, so I'm not 100% committed here. This might go out and put back up here. I just haven't decided. The other place I've been thinking about going is just minusing 2 of these down and rounding out my playset of Sanji and Laboon. That way I've got 8 good 2Ks in the deck, because the deck is a little thin on 2Ks, even for a Luffy. But I don't mind it too much. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week. It's been a lot of fun to get to record these for you guys. You guys are crushing it out there. I love hearing from you. I will get back to all the requested matchups next week, but for this week, we're just going to be grinding the ranked ladder. So I will see you in the next one. Later.